Scientists have discovered living creatures in places where, by all appearances, nothing should survive. Inside boiling water, beneath kilometers of ice, in environments filled with toxic chemicals, and at ocean depths where the pressure could crush a human almost instantly. But the strangest discovery came from a place so hostile that scientists once considered life there almost impossible. And we're saving that one until the end. Our journey begins with something that should destroy almost every living thing we know. Extreme heat. Chapter 1. Life that loves extreme heat. Imagine falling into water hot enough to cause devastating burns. For us, survival would be impossible. But for some organisms, extreme heat isn't something to survive. It's home. These organisms are known as thermophiles. Some thrive in hot springs and geothermal environments where temperatures would kill most familiar forms of life. Even more extraordinary are hyperthermophils. Certain microorganisms can survive at temperatures around or even above the boiling point of water when they're living under high pressure. And that led scientists towards an even stranger environment. Hydrothermal vents. Deep beneath the ocean, seawater enters cracks in Earth's crust, becomes heated by volcanic activity, and erupts back into the ocean carrying dissolved minerals. The fluid emerging from some vents can exceed 300 degrees Celsius, yet entire ecosystems can exist nearby. Giant tube worms, crabs, and other animals live around these structures without relying directly on sunlight. Instead, microorganisms at the base of the food web use chemical energy. This process is called chemosynthesis, and its discovery transformed our understanding of where complex ecosystems could exist. But extreme heat is only the beginning, because scientists have also discovered organisms living in environments that are chemically hostile to most life. Chapter 2. The water that looks like another planet. There are places on Earth that barely resemble Earth. One of the most extraordinary is the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. The landscape contains intensely colored mineral deposits, acidic pools, and hydrothermal activity. Parts of the region are extraordinarily hot and chemically extreme. Researchers studying extreme environments like these have investigated whether microorganisms can survive conditions once thought incompatible with life. But there's an important twist. Not every extreme-looking pool necessarily contains life. Some hypersaline and highly acidic environments may cross limits beyond which even extremophiles struggle to survive. That makes places like this particularly interesting. Scientists aren't merely asking, what lives here? They're also asking, where does life finally stop? And that question becomes even stranger when we stop looking at Earth's surface and start traveling beneath it. Chapter 3. The life beneath our feet. You might imagine that once you travel far enough underground, life disappears. No sunlight, very little food, increasing heat, enormous pressure. Yet researchers have discovered microorganisms living deep beneath Earth's surface. This hidden ecosystem is sometimes described as part of Earth's deep biosphere. Some organisms survive inside tiny cracks and pores within rock. Their lives can be extraordinarily slow compared with organisms at the surface. Instead of receiving energy from sunlight, some subsurface microbes rely on chemical reactions involving minerals, gases, and water. Think about what that means. There could be enormous communities of microscopic life beneath our feet that we never see. And scientists are still trying to determine just how extensive that hidden biosphere really is. But if living deep inside rock sounds impossible, wait until we travel somewhere even colder. Chapter 4. Life beneath Antarctica. Antarctica looks like one of the least welcoming environments on Earth. But underneath its enormous ice sheet lies another world. Scientists have identified hundreds of subglacial lakes beneath Antarctic ice. Some have been isolated from the surface for extremely long periods. One of the most famous is Lake Vostok, buried beneath roughly 4 kilometers of ice. Researchers have been fascinated by the possibility that microbial life could persist in these dark, cold, and isolated environments. Elsewhere beneath Antarctic ice, researchers have obtained evidence of microbial ecosystems in subglacial waters. No forests, no ordinary sunlight-driven ecosystem, yet life can persist beneath enormous amounts of ice, and discoveries like these matter far beyond Earth, because icy moons elsewhere in our solar system may contain oceans beneath their frozen surfaces. If life can survive beneath Antarctic ice, scientists naturally ask whether something similar could happen elsewhere. But there's still one environment on Earth that pushes life to another extraordinary extreme: the deepest ocean. Chapter 5. The world under crushing pressure. Now imagine descending into the ocean. 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers. The sunlight disappears, the temperature drops, and the pressure keeps increasing. Eventually, you enter the Hadal zone, the deepest parts of the ocean, primarily found in trenches. At these depths, pressure reaches hundreds of times what we experience at sea level. A human without protection couldn't survive. Yet animals do. Researchers have documented amphipods, microorganisms, and especially adapted fish at extraordinary depths. Some deep-sea snailfish have been observed more than 8 kilometers beneath the surface. Their bodies are adapted to an environment completely unlike ours. But even these animals appear to have limits. As depth increases, biological chemistry itself becomes harder to maintain. That means the deepest trenches aren't simply places containing strange creatures. They're natural laboratories showing us where the boundaries of complex life may lie. And this brings us to the strangest part of the story: the real discovery. For centuries, humans assumed life required a relatively narrow set of conditions: sunlight, moderate temperatures, accessible oxygen, a familiar environment. But discovery after discovery has forced scientists to expand that picture. Life survives using chemical energy in darkness. Microorganisms persist beneath Earth's surface. Ecosystems exist under Antarctic ice, and animals inhabit ocean trenches under crushing pressure. The important discovery isn't one bizarre creature. It's that life appears remarkably good at finding opportunities wherever usable energy and suitable chemistry exist. And that raises a much bigger question. If life can survive in Earth's most hostile environments, where else might it be hiding? Beneath the ice of Europa? Inside the ocean thought to exist beneath Enceladus? Or somewhere we haven't even considered yet? We don't know. But Earth's extremophiles have taught scientists something extraordinary. When searching for life, we may have been looking in too few places. If one of these environments surprised you, tell us which one in the comments. And subscribe to Knowledge Dynamics for more mysteries, discoveries, and questions that reveal just how strange our world really is.